Ukraine now has the green light to strike inside Russia. Not just occupied Ukrainian territory, inside actual Russian territory. For Putin, this changes everything. On May 26th, Germany's new chancellor stood in front of the cameras and said it plainly. There are no longer any range restrictions. The US, UK, France, and Germany are done holding back. That means Russia's air bases, weapons depots, and command centers, once considered untouchable, are now fair game.
Though it tarry.
Though it tarry. Take some time. Go ahead.
Wait for it.
Do what?
Wait for it.
The Bible say wait for it. Come on.
Because it will surely come. The second woe is past.
It said the second woe is past. That's talking about World War II. All right. What was that? 1942. All right. The second woe is past. Come on.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
It cometh quickly. Hey, it might be tearing a little bit, but the Lord is letting you know, hey, it's coming. It's from that point up into 2025. That's not that many years. That's under 100 years, fam.
Right.
All right, let's get into it, y'all. Pull it up. Pull it up.
U.S.-Russia tensions escalate amid Ukraine war. Putin allies threatens World War III.
Threatens World War III. Play the clip.
Right now, you are taking a live look over Moscow there in Russia as tensions between the U.S. and Russia appear to be escalating dramatically. A Russian official talking about the possibility of World War III. Fox's Doug Luzader joining us now live. Doug, good morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, first off, I do want to ask you, can you break down the actual context here of the statement that was made and really who made it?
Well, you know, we've had a long effort now on the part of the White House to get Russia to the negotiating table. Thus far, it really hasn't worked in terms of brokering a ceasefire agreement. There's clearly frustration on the part of the Trump administration that has been mirrored with a pretty brisk response from the Kremlin. So where it goes from here isn't clear. The White House indicates that the president is considering all of his options, which may include sanctions levied on Russia. There has been a report out of the Kyiv Post that the president may consider lifting some of the range restrictions on the weapons we have given to Russia, and the weapons we have given to Ukraine. And at the same time, you have this pressure building from Congress to ramp up sanctions, and that looks like it's shaping up to be a veto-proof majority in the Senate that would back some kind of additional response from the White House. So everyone's kind of waiting to see exactly how the president and the White House responds through the course of this week.
And that's what I was going to ask you. The statement coming out from that Russian official, obviously the former president of Russia there. So my question is, has President Trump responded? We know that he's usually pretty busy there on Truth Social, but it appears that he hasn't said anything in response to what was essentially a response.
All right, you can take that one down.
Well, this may come.
So as you can see, things are heating up. You got Russia talking their talk. Matthew 24, read verse 6 this time. These are the wars and the rumors of wars that the Bible speaks about. Okay? A lot of people say, oh, it's just bluff. All right, we'll see. Read what you got.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6.
Watch this.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Go ahead.
See that ye be troubled not.
Says don't be troubled. All right, don't worry. Come on.
For all these things must come to pass.
All these things must do what?
Come to pass.
Must come to pass. Come on.
But the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet. All right, the end is not yet. Give me that in Habakkuk 3. No, 2 and 3. All right, 2 and 3, because right now, you know, World War III, it's already happening, to be honest with you. If you're spiritual, all right, if you understand, if you're paying attention, watching and praying, you do understand the world is at war right now.
Right.
All right, once they give the go ahead and say, oh, World War III began, okay, now it's started. No, it's already started.
Right.
It's already really started. But a lot of our people can't understand that thing.
Right.
It's started, but it's starting off slow.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all it is. Watch this.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3.
Come on.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Watch this.
But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right, it's going to speak. It's going to show you, hey, just like God said, hey, there is going to be a world war. It's going to come to pass, and this Bible is going to be proven true. Read.
Though it tarry.
Though it what?
Though it tarry.
Though it take a little bit for it to get to that next phase or that next level. You understand? You hear about wars, rumors of wars. You hear about ceasefires, peace treaties, things of that nature. It's going to take some time to get it full steam ahead. But that doesn't mean it's not going on right now. Read that part again.
Though it tarry.
Though it tarry. Take some time. Go ahead.
Wait for it.
Do what?
Wait for it.
The Bible say wait for it. Come on.
Because it will surely come.
What shall surely come? Revelation 11:14. Y'all know this one right here. It shall surely come. And when you least expect it, it's going to get to that level. That's why the best thing to do is what? Get our spirits right, get our households in order, and do the work of an evangelist and make your calling and election sure.
Right.
Read what you got.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
The second woe is past.
It said the second woe is past. That's talking about World War II. All right, what was that, 1942? All right, the second woe is past. Come on.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
It cometh quickly. Hey, it might be tearing a little bit, but the Lord is letting you know, hey, it's coming. It's from that point up into 2025. That's not that many years. That's under 100 years, family.
Right.
All right, that comes very, very, very quick. Excuse me. So they were talking about Russia. All right, they're talking, hinting at World War III. Let's hear what Trump has to say in response. Play this next video.
He's shifting his rhetoric on Vladimir Putin after a new round of attacks on Ukraine, but holding off on any new actions against Russia. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott has that story. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. And this is a sharp change in tone for the president, but as of now, it comes with no consequence. Russia once again defying Trump's calls for a ceasefire, showing no signs of stopping the violence.
Hey, keep
President
that word
Trump
in mind.
Using some of his harshest
Violence. Violence. Run that back a little bit. Run it back. Yeah. So don't forget that. Don't forget that word tonight. Violence. Play that.
For the president, but as of now, it comes with no consequence. Russia once again defying Trump's calls for a ceasefire, showing no signs of stopping the violence. President Trump using some of his harshest words yet against Vladimir Putin after Russia unleashed a new round of drone strikes on Ukraine, the largest aerial bombardment since the start of the war.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all.
Russia launching 900 drones in just 3 days, killing dozens of Ukrainians and injuring more than 100 people.
Damn.
President Trump taking to social media writing, Putin has, quote, gone absolutely crazy, saying the push to control Ukraine will lead to the downfall of Russia. The Kremlin dismissing his words, saying Trump is a man showing signs of, quote, emotional overload. Putin has repeatedly ignored Trump's calls for a ceasefire, even after the president had what he described as an excellent 2-hour call with the Russian leader just a week ago. Ukrainian President Zelensky, who has agreed to a ceasefire, now calling for new and strong sanctions against Russia from the United States, from Europe. But the president slamming Zelensky too, saying the Ukrainian president is doing his country no favors by talking the way he does, adding, everything out of his mouth causes problems, I don't like it, and it better stop.
Hey, so y'all can see what these European nations, they going at it. All right, they're going at it. Don't forget what Trump did on national TV when he embarrassed Ukraine, the president of Ukraine. Don't forget who came to his aid, the EU. You cannot forget about these things, all right? We just got to sit back, watch, and pray, pay attention to the prophecy, and look at how the story unfolds.
Right, yes, sir.
All right, I'll play the next video. Speaking of the EU, watch this. Read the title, please.
U.S., UK, Germany, and France grant Ukraine permission to strike inside Russia.
Now, this is very big. This is very, very big. The EU is saying that Ukraine can strike inside of Russia now. Meaning, you just saw what Putin just did, right?
Yes, sir. 900
drones kill people. He ain't stopping. So if Ukraine actually strikes inside of Russia, what you think finna happen?
Annihilation.
Oh yeah, they're finna get it on and popping.
Yes, sir.
But mind you, U.S., UK, Germany, France, this is who? The EU.
Yes,
so
sir.
they're saying, what they're saying is, all right, Putin, if you want to do it, they ready to do it now. That's what they're literally saying. Because if they grant Ukraine, because remember, Ukraine wants in on the EU, they're saying they got your back. If they give Ukraine permission to strike within Russia, that means they're going to have Ukraine's back.
Right.
Right.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Everybody back. Do y'all understand that, IT? All right. Play some more of that. Put it back on the screen.
It's official. Ukraine now has the green light to strike inside Russia. Not just occupied Ukrainian territory, inside actual Russian territory. For Putin, this changes everything. On May 26th, Germany's new chancellor stood in front of the cameras and said it plainly. There are no longer any range restrictions. The US, UK, France, and Germany are done holding back. That means Russia's air bases, weapons depots, and command centers, once considered untouchable, are now fair game. And the Kremlin, it's panicking. So what weapons can Ukraine now unleash on Russian soil? And how could this escalate the war or finally tip it? Let's break it down. This means that Ukraine can now defend itself, for example, by attacking military positions in Russia, with very few exceptions. It didn't do that until recently. It can now do that. The news may come as a surprise to those who remember that the UK and US allowed Ukraine to use their long-range missiles to strike Russian targets back in November of last year. The former allowed Ukraine to use Storm Shadow, with the latter permitting Ukraine to use ATACMS missiles to attack Russia. The key difference lies in the specific kinds of targets Ukraine was allowed to hit back in November. Yes, it could hit Russian positions with its Western missiles. However, those Russian positions either had to be inside occupied Ukrainian territory or at best in the border regions where Putin was preparing attacks against Ukraine. That meant Ukraine couldn't, for example, use a Storm Shadow to attack a military base deeper inside Russia that provided no immediate threat to Ukraine, but can. And Putin is terrified. We know that much from the Kremlin's response to the news. Rather than attempting to shrug it off, Russia has come out to say that the decision made by Ukraine's Western allies is both dangerous and detrimental to any efforts those allies are attempting to make to help Ukraine and Russia reach a peace agreement.
All right, so
Putin's
stop. Hey, you already know how Putin feels about that. He's like, y'all are right in their backyard. It doesn't seem like he has any signs of backing down. You understand? So this is something to definitely watch. Putin dropped, 900 drones?
Yes, sir.
You understand? The EU gave Ukraine the okay. All right, you can strike in Russia now. So that's something to definitely watch right there, family.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're doing. We're doing what? Watching and praying.
That's right.
All right, because the days are evil. This is some very evil stuff that's going on right here. All right, so remember, wars and rumors of wars. Let's go to the next one. With Israel about to strike Iran the other day.
Israel could strike Iran in 7 hours, U.S. warns. Tehran set red lines, say no hostile inspectors. Israel can strike Iran in 7 hours, U.S. official raised alarm. One more mistake, Iran. Threatened strike on Israel. Iran opened door to U.S. inspectors, but there's a catch. U.S. official reported expressed concern that Israel could strike Iran nuclear program with little to no advance warning. The New York Times reported.
On May 28th. It was yesterday.
American intelligence agency assessed that Israel could be attack ready in as little as 7 hours, the reporter said. The short time period would leave Washington with limited time to dissuade Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from launching the strike. The Times reported after the April meet with Trump, Netanyahu reportedly ordered national security to continue working on plans of a strike on Iran.
All right, so take that down. So, like similar to before, America and Israel, well, America's trying to make it look like they're not on one accord with Israel. Never believed that, family.
Yes, sir.
Never believed that. At the end of the day, they both want to establish a vision. Get that, Daniel 11:14. All right, they want to establish the vision. They want all of that land to themselves, all right, because they want the world to believe that they are the true Jews. That's what they want to do. All right, Daniel 11:14, go ahead.
Daniel chapter 11 and verse 14.
Come on.
And in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Also the robbers of thy people shall exhort themselves to establish the vision.
There you go, to establish the vision, to establish their vision as the people of God, which is going to come to naught. They are not the people of God.
That's right.
God counts you as counterfeits.
That's right.
All right, you're not the people. All right, but watch this. Watch Iran's move. Is this, what does it say? I'd like to be. Oh, no. This is Trump's response in regards to Netanyahu pushing for a strike on Iran. Then we'll get to Iran's response. Watch this.
Yes, sir. Can I read it?
Yeah.
I like to be honest. Trump says he told Israel Netanyahu not to strike Iran during talks.
All right, play this for us.
%. That's a lot. Yeah.
President, back on Iran, did you warn Prime Minister Netanyahu against taking some sort of actions that could disrupt the talks there in a phone call last week?
Well, I'd like to be honest. Yes, I did. Next question, please. I did, yeah.
If Senate Republicans want to push
It's not a warning. I said I don't think it's appropriate.
What exactly did you tell him?
I just said I don't think it's appropriate. We're having very good discussions with him, and I said I don't think it's appropriate right now. Because if we can settle it with a very strong document, very strong, with inspections and no trust. I don't trust anybody. So no trust. I want it very strong where we can go in with inspectors, we can take whatever we want, we can blow up whatever we want, but nobody getting killed. We can blow up a lab, but nobody's going to be in the lab, as opposed to everybody being in the lab and blowing it up, right? Two ways of doing it. Yeah, I told him this would be inappropriate to do right now because we're very close to a solution. Now, that could change at any moment. Could change with a phone call. But right now, I think they want to make a deal, and if we can make a deal, save a lot of lives.
All right, so take that down. So once again, good cop, bad cop. You got America saying, "Oh, we're trying to be the nice guys, work out a deal," while Netanyahu and Israelis, they're saying, "All right, hey, we don't like what you're doing. We're gonna bomb you." Okay, and Iran is not happy about it. So listen to this right here. Watch this. Check your mic.
Iran suddenly announces huge nuclear move, surprises USA, makes Israel panic amid talks.
Watch this.
Damn. Iran makes explosive nuclear announcement amid U.S. talks. Iran reveals huge new nuclear plan as U.S. tries to curb program. Production of 20,000 Iran's Atomic Agency chief declares.
Production of 20,000.
Tehran's announcement after saying no to pausing uranium enrichment. Israel panicking as Iran grows bolder and Trump snubs Netanyahu. The chief of an atomic energy organization of Iran on May 27 made a major announcement. Mohammed Eslami said planned launch to produce 20,000 NW energy from nuclear sources. The significant statement came amid Iran-U.S. talks aimed at curbing farmers in program.
All right, stop. So the U.S. and Iran, they're having their nuclear talks, and they're saying, no, we're going to ramp things up anyway. All right, so understand, brothers and sisters. Understand, hey, the works that you were doing, the prophesying, traveling all across the world.
Yes, sir.
You understand? Can we clap it up for the prophets, please?
Clap it up for the prophets.
You understand? Hey, it's affecting things.
Yes, sir.
Things are speeding up because of the work that's being done on the earth.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, go to the next one. About Canada being the 51st state. The hell is going on up in there? Play that.
Trump says Canada will have to pay $61 billion to join Golden Dome unless they become the 51st state.
All right, play that.
Well, the U.S. president did not respond directly to today's throne speech, but did post this online after. On Truth Social, Trump wrote, Canada very much wants to be part of our fabulous Golden Dome system. It will cost $61 billion US, equivalent to more than 84 billion Canadian, if they remain a separate but unequal nation. Adding it will be $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. Trump ended with, they are considering the offer. Mark Carney's office was quick to respond, writing, the Prime Minister has been clear at every opportunity, including in his conversations with President Trump, that Canada is an independent, sovereign nation, and it will remain one.
Yeah, see that thing right there. You know, this man, he can never have enough. Remember Trump, he wants Greenland too. Now he's saying, all right, here's my opportunity. I'll give you protection if you become the 51st state of America. See that thing right there. Dang. So, hey, that's going into that Golden Dome defense plan that we went over last week. Remember, you got the Israelis, they have the Iron Dome, which was built by who? The United States of America.
Right.
So now Trump is saying he wants to take it to another level and go higher, but the Lord said he's going to throw down. They're going to build, but God is going to throw down. So giving all praise to the Most High and His Son, Jesus Christ. That's this week's war report. Okay?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children